room was filled with the smell of burnt hair and fear. She winced, tears rolling down her cheeks, as the scorching iron seared strands of her beautiful hair. 3 wealthy women laughed cruelly, thinking this was just a game, unaware that their actions would awaken a force far stronger than malice. Outside, the city bustled as if nothing had happened, but for her, life had narrowed to this excruciating moment. Little did they know, the moment her billionaire husband walked in would shatter the cruelty and redefine everything. Red heart. Clara had always been striking. Her porcelain skin and expressive green eyes made her stand out in any crowd, yet in her world, beauty felt like a curse. After losing her family home in a sudden tragedy, she had been forced to live on the fringes of society, taking on odd jobs to survive. On that fateful day, she had agreed to meet with a group of high-society women who promised her an opportunity to work for their charity. But instead of kindness, she found humiliation. The 3 women, drenched in designer clothes, dripping with arrogance, mocked every aspect of Clara's appearance. "You're lucky we even let you breathe near us," one sneered, as another pressed the iron against her flowing hair. Clara felt every scream in her chest, every shudder of pain echoing through her trembling body. She wanted to flee, to escape, but the door was locked. She was trapped, alone against cruelty that seemed insurmountable. Memories of her life flashed before her. The loss of her parents, the endless nights scavenging for work, the whispers in the streets about her unlucky fate. Yet, even in this moment of agony, something inside her refused to break completely. She clenched her fists and whispered under her breath, "I will survive. I will rise." The sound of a key in the door made her heart race. She prayed it was someone coming to save her. When the door swung open, it wasn't a rescuer she expected, it was him. Her billionaire husband, Jonathan, whose presence always carried authority and warmth, stood there, shock and fury painted across his handsome features. Time seemed to slow as he took in the scene. The burnt hair, the tears, and the triumphant yet twisted smirks of the 3 women. Jonathan's eyes burned, not with anger at Clara, but at the injustice she had endured. In that instant, Clara realized something. The world hadn't abandoned her entirely. There was still someone willing to step into her pain and make it right. Jonathan's approach was calm, but commanding. "Step away," he said, his voice carrying the weight of authority. The women froze, unsure of what to do next. His gaze pierced through their arrogance, and they faltered under the sudden gravity of his presence. Clara, still trembling, felt a spark of hope ignite inside her. He knelt beside her, gently brushing the singed strands from her face. "Are you okay?" he asked, his voice soft but resolute. In his eyes, Clara saw something she hadn't expected, genuine concern, admiration, and a sense of protection she hadn't felt in years. Tears streamed down her face as she whispered, I'm fine thanks to you." Jonathan didn't just stop at comforting her. He took swift action. He confronted the 3 women, ensuring they understood the consequences of their cruelty. He didn't just protect Clara physically. He reclaimed her dignity, proving that wealth and status could be used for compassion, not just power. Over the next days, Clara's life began to change. Jonathan offered her support, not charity, but genuine partnership. He arranged for her to receive proper care for her hair, compensation for the trauma she had suffered, and a safe space to rebuild her life. Slowly, Clara felt the weight of her past start to lift. She realized that even a single act of kindness, when wielded with empathy and courage, could transform a life completely. She started to dream again. For the first time in years, she laughed freely, without the shadow of judgment or fear. Jonathan's presence was a reminder that the world could still hold goodness, and that resilience paired with compassion could turn even the deepest pain into hope. Weeks turned into months. Clara's life, once filled with fear and humiliation, blossomed into one of opportunity and purpose. She began volunteering, helping women who had faced cruelty and injustice, sharing her story to inspire them. Every act of kindness she gave echoed the kindness she had received from Jonathan, creating ripples she never imagined possible. Jonathan and Clara's bond deepened, not as a rescue fantasy, but as a partnership built on trust, empathy, and mutual respect. Their connection became a living testament to the power of seeing another's pain and choosing to act with compassion. Clara's past no longer defined her. It empowered her to uplift others. One evening, as they walked through a park, Jonathan took her hand and said, "You survived, and in doing so, you've inspired more than you'll ever know." Clara smiled, realizing that survival wasn't just about escaping cruelty. It was about embracing kindness and letting it transform her life completely. The three women who had tried to humiliate her, they became a distant memory, a testament to the fact that cruelty may momentarily hurt, but genuine kindness and resilience always prevail. Moral of the story: true power lies not in wealth or status, but in the courage to show compassion, and even the smallest act of kindness can transform a life forever.